Hey guys, Oster, and welcome back to another Pixelmon update here on the channel. Your ears and eyes do not deceive you. Yes, Pixelmon has updated yet again to version 9.0.7 in Minecraft version 1.16.5. This is the Daycare update. So, Miltank and I are going to be going over what the Daycare update means. For those who do not remember, in Pixelmon, you could breed using a ranch block before. Any of your Pokemon that you wanted, you would 2 Pokemon and add some items, and they would breed and have eggs. Now we have an entire daycare structure added, which you can see in the distance a little bit. I'm in a super flat world because I wanted to be able to find the village structures easier. But yeah, we're going to be hopping into this update. I'll show you guys everything you need to know about it, and the download first mod will be linked in the description. You guys can check it out for yourselves. If you guys have been enjoying the showcases on my channel for Pixelmon, consider smashing the like button, show your support, subscribing if you are new, and comment down below your favorite part of this update is as I go through it, and let's get right into this. So, first thing we need to note is they've added the Daycare System, replacing breeding and breeding environments. They've added Daycare Inventory Tab for survival playlists, which is this bad tab right here, which I will be going over later. They have added, and I'm going to read all these names on the list, but they'll be on screen as well: Tentacool, Tentacruel, Horsey, Seadra, Lapras, Quillfish, Corsola, Remoraid, Octillery, Mantine, Sharpedo, Whalmer, Milotic, Clamperl, Lovedisc, Finneon, Frillish, Jellicent, Alola Mola, Wishiwashi, Bruxish, Aracuda, Barrascuda, and Overquill to the Terraforge's Warm Ocean Standard spawn list. So all these Pixelmon can now spawn in the ocean biomes that are warm. So just keep that in mind. You may be encountering some new water Pixelmon in your world in these biomes. Now, they've also added the Nutella Shell, the Nanaberry, the Raspberry, and the Pinap Berry all to the... Oop, I didn't even have that right there. All to the Forge Bag items. So Forge Bag is like the loot bag that goes with quests and stuff. So you can now acquire these items as quest loot. They've also added the Nutella Shell to the Good Rod and Super Rod loot pools. So if you're fishing using either of these 2 rods, you may catch a Nutella Shell now, which is really, really cool. Now, brand new items. If you guys remember, there used to be an Icy's Hourglass, but they have now multiplied into 4 different variants. We have the Copper Hourglass, Silver Hourglass, Gold Hourglass, and Diamond Hourglass, and these are all used in the ranch system. They all have different unique abilities, and you can only get these from loot drops or like chest spawns, etc. But if you're wondering what each one does, the Copper Glass skips a single requirement for a Pokemon at the daycare. The Silver Hourglass skips 25% of the timer for a Pokemon in a daycare. The Gold Hourglass completes all requirements and timers for the daycare boxes. And finally, the Diamond Hourglass not only completes all requirements and timers for the 3 daycare boxes, it also gives perfect IVs, maximum happiness, and a ribbon to your Pokemon. This is probably the best Hourglass in the game. I don't know what the rarity is of getting this, but hey, that's pretty crazy if I do say so myself. There's one more item that was actually added in, which is the Pokey Display. I have to get out of creative because I forgot that I could only use it in survival, so I'm going to place it in there for now. But another thing they've added in is the ranch blocks can now be in different colors. You cannot find these as drops or whatever, but you can buy them from a specific merchant at the daycare. And you can get them in all different colors, like you can see here, like Minecraft always has. Personally, the red one is my favorite because red is my favorite color. I'll quickly show off how the Pokey Display works. It seems a little buggy, but it could just be me. If I right-click it onto the ground, it does have a recipe that you can craft it with. You need a Pokeball, you need 2 redstone, 2 silver ingots, not iron, silver ingots, a lead, and smooth stone at the bottom, and you will get one of these. And you can essentially add any Pokemon to it that you want. Missing No is here just showcasing, but you can add like Arceus, which is my Pokemon. You can add any of my Magikarps to it, and it kind of takes them out of your party and puts them in the display. I do not currently know how to remove them from the display besides breaking it in creative. But in survival, I have no idea how you're supposed to remove them from the display. That's just seemingly what the issue is right now. If somebody does know, you can let me know. But right now, it's kind of weird. But if you want a Pokemon in a display that you're never going to use, you can now use that item. Now let's move on to the structure itself. So this is the structure over here. Oh, wait, I forgot I'm supposed to grab something from here. This is the structure over here. It is the daycare structure. It spawns in villages. It has a random chance of spawning. I don't know how I got lucky enough to have 3 in this village. But let's take a look at it. So you will see there are ranch blocks all around it. There is specific food items you can get here, like natural food. There is the Pixelmon food berries that you can find here. And inside is probably the biggest loot I've seen so far in Pixelmon. But right out here, you will see there is a shopkeeper where you can buy all the different daycares. If you would like to not use the ones, you know, with the structure, you can just, you know, buy some from this man. If you go inside, you will see there are two people right here. If you talk to both of them, they will give you a book, which is your daycare and you. Actually, no, you don't get it from that. You get it from the lectern behind them. But I'll read that in a minute. If you look in some of these chests, the loot here is outstanding. Probably some of the biggest loot loot pools I've ever seen in these structures. Check every single barrel and chest. You might find stuff you need. At the bottom here, you'll actually find some photo Pokemon. You'll find a PC, a healer, which is really nice, even an anvil. If you go upstairs, because, you know, there is an attic, you'll find a chest with some more unique drops in it. You have some more barrels with even more drops. This is probably, the most richest, structure I've seen so far in Pixelmon. Mind you, I haven't seen the loot pools for the haunted house, or haunted tower after they were added. But this is actually a lot of loot you can get from this structure, and this just spawns in a village. Keep that in mind. It's very, very unique. Now, I will quickly read this book to show you how the daycare works, and then we will move into a regular world that isn't super flat, and I will display how the daycare works, show it off for sure. But yeah, this is the book of contents. It's a reference guide for the daycare. The daycare system assists with Pokemon breeding process, providing a place for them to interact. When your Pokemon have their request satisfied, enough time passes, your Pokemon will leave behind an egg. We already knew that. Your Pokemon will request different items depending on their typings and will take varying amounts of time to produce an egg. This is what I think is the new part right there. But once you find an egg in the daycare system, you will be able to take it out using the checkmark item, which this is glitched right now for it seems like a super flat world because I wasn't able to make it work. I had to do it in a regular world. But here is the tips for using the daycare. Normally, you may have 3 active daycare boxes at once. View your boxes anywhere at any time using the Inventory tab, which I already showed you guys. Place your Pokemon on the left or right using the check mark to deposit them. The eggs regional form will be inherited from the mother. Use the checkmark to confirm the Pokemon that are deposited into them. Provide the items requested to your Pokemon to satisfy their needs, and wait for your Pokemon to lay an egg. The daycare boxes cannot be modified from your inventory. Your daycare history can be seen at the bottom of the Daycare Inventory tab. And Hourglass items have special effects when used on daycare, which we already went over that. So I'm going to take a cut in the video, or actually I'm pretty sure I can just switch. Wow, I don't need to take a cut. But yeah, this has completely reworked how the daycare how it works. Ranch blocks are no longer a thing. They've been removed. So if you've been playing using ranch blocks, they're probably deleted now. Or they might have transformed into the new daycare blocks. I'm not entirely sure, but if they're completely gone and you've lost your Pokemon, I apologize, but that might be what has happened. Because as you guys know, when items get changed, ID tags, they just go kaput. But anyway, let me quickly show off how this works. Like I said, this didn't work in the super flat world. It only seems to work here. But let's say if I added 2 Magikarps into this, you will see there's a check mark. I hit confirm. Immediately, you will see that there is a box 1, and it actually has some requirements. I can cancel or confirm, but it says I need 3 scoots, 2 water buckets, and 5 fresh water. So I'm going to quickly get those items right now. So scoots, water buckets, which, again, we have a Zacian spawning in our forest biome. That's pretty crazy. And what was the third item it requested I have? Fresh water, which is a Pixelmon item, I believe. Yep, let's get a stack of fresh water. And I believe now that I have them, I can click confirm, confirm, and confirm. And it will now take all my items and say that it will be 1 hour for this egg to be produced. Keep in mind, you can't cancel at any time, but it will display there. If I go into survival mode, you will see this tab right here where you can literally see the daycare Pokemon and stuff. But let's actually head over to the other daycare box over here. Oh, is it only oh no, I have to, it doesn't, okay, so here's the difference now. It doesn't matter which daycare you go to, but you have to switch different boxes. So let's say I want to deposit these 2. I can click checkmark, and once again, it's asking for the scoots, I can confirm that. I can confirm the water buckets and the fresh water. We now have 2 boxes with eggs in it. Again, so that's the reason why there's multiple daycares here. It doesn't matter which one you use. I can literally just walk over to another daycare block like this one right here, and I'll be able to view both boxes. If at any time I wanted to cancel, let's say the second one, I can click cancel. My Pokemon return to me, and it will completely get rid of that. You do not get your items back, however, so whatever the required items are that you need, you're going to deposit into there. And I actually think this is a so much better version than the previous like way that you would get Pokemon, because before, when you were using the ranch blocks, you had to like surround them with certain items like cake or something, and it would increase the chance of getting an egg. Now you just literally feed it the items, and it just says straight up like, hey, it's going to be an hour, come back in an hour. Now I don't know if this hour pertains to like real time, which I would imagine it does, or from like is Minecraft time. I'm going to go with real time. So you're going to have to wait an hour. As you can see, a little bar has actually filled up there of XP for the egg to actually be produced. And once this egg is produced, it will have a check mark here where I will be able to confirm the egg and put it into my inventory, which is really, really nice. And no matter where you are in the world, keep in mind, if I'm in survival, no matter where I am in the world, I can monitor my progress. I just don't think I can interact with the progress. I think I remember reading that. So you cannot interact with the progress unless you go back to your ranch blocks, but you can still view the progress no matter where you are in your world. But guys, that is going to do it for this update in Pixelmon. I think this is a phenomenal update. I really like what they did. Although it is unfortunate if because of this update it removed the previous. So the previous ranch block is completely removed. Okay, guys, so keep that in mind. The previous update is. The previous ranch block has been removed. If you had them in your world, I would assume they're either deleted, gone forever, or they've just transformed into the new ranch blocks. But I think it's safer to say they just got evaporated from your worlds. So just, again, turning into this version, keep that in mind. One more thing I forgot to say with this update is on screen now you will see there has been a lot of sound changes. A lot of Pixelmon now make different sounds in your world. They've added a bunch of sounds. So on screen now displayed is all the sounds that the new Pokemon can make in your world, which is really nice. I would have read them all, but it's a long list. And finally, they've removed the Unlock Ranch command. And again, like I said, they removed Ranch Blocks, Ranch Upgrades, and the original Silver Hourglass and Gold Hourglass, and it's now been updated. So this is a really, really cool update. I love what they've done. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. And consider, as always, liking the video and subscribing to the channel because I will be covering every update in Pixelmon in the future. And also, check out for my individual guides. I've been making guides on the different legendaries in Pixelmon, where they spawn and stuff. You can check that on my channel, or you can just wait patiently for the next update. Either way, I do hope you all have a great day. Stay safe, everyone. Goodbye.